Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about 5 products that have disappointed me. Quick disclaimer, I don't think that any of these products are really awful and really bad, but they've just let me down in some way and they haven't performed as well as I hoped they would, or in the way that I hoped they would. So some of these products may work for you, and I'm not saying that they're bad products, but let's go ahead and talk about why I'm disappointed by them. So the first product is the massively hyped up Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. I have a first impression and a review video of this on my channel, which I'll have linked down below if you're interested in watching those to know my full thoughts on this foundation. However, the reason this product disappointed me is not because of any of the reasons people are boycotting Tarte or whatever. It's not because of the shade range. I knew about the shade range before I purchased the product. So when I say that a product has disappointed me, I'm saying that it's not lived up to my expectations. So I had expectations for this. I knew about the shade range, so that is not what disappointed me. I was disappointed by basically just how dry this was. I have normal to dry skin, and I found that after just a few hours this made my skin look incredibly dry. And it's not just because it's a matte foundation, because most of the time I can wear matte foundations and I really like how they look and they last the whole day on me, but this one unfortunately is not my favorite with my skin type. In saying that though, if you have oily skin, this is probably a very good option, and I have seen reviews from people who have oily skin using this product, and they say that throughout the day the foundation looks better and better because it is soaking up the oils. That's why it looks dry on me, but that's why it would work for you most likely if you do have oily skin. So like I said before, I'm not saying that this is a bad product. In fact, I think it's quite a good product if you have oily skin. I'm just saying that it has disappointed me because normally I'm able to wear matte foundations, but this one does not seem to work as well with my skin type. Product number 2 that has disappointed me is a much loved old classic favourite, and it's the Lorac Pro palette. Lots of people love this. I love this, but I've discovered recently that there are some shades that do not perform how I would like them to perform. I have had this palette for 2 years now, and as you can probably see, I have used it a lot. This has been in favourites videos, I've used it in a bunch of get ready with me's, but just recently I've discovered that a couple of the shimmery shades just look really washed out. So a couple of weeks ago I used Garnet on my lid thinking that it would be the beautiful copper shade that you see in the pan there, but no. It was like a washed out medium brown and the shimmer was all gone, and it just looked really dull and boring. And then actually in my most recent video I used Deep Purple, and I had the same kind of thing. It didn't look purple, the shimmer was all gone, it just looked like such a bland meh kind of a colour. And that is really disappointing to me. Light bronze has been my favourite for so long, and it shows up exactly like it looks in the pan. And gold is another one that I love, and it shows up so pigmented, shimmery and beautiful, and it's exactly what you see in the pan. So for these two, which are gorgeous shades, to show up so dull and so different from what you think you're gonna get, I was really disappointed. So while there are definitely still shades in here that are my favourites and that I love to pieces, that's why this is in this video. I'm very disappointed by those 2 shades. And I feel like Garnet would be one of my favourite shades in the palette if it showed up true to what it looks like. But unfortunately, that is not the case. Next up we have another much loved product, and it is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Everyone loves this. I love this. The reason that it's in this video is it doesn't close. The packaging is broken, and I haven't even used it that much. I have had it for almost a year, but I haven't used it that much. Like, the pattern still looks fairly new, so it's not like I've opened it more times than they expect you to open it, but yeah, it doesn't close anymore. I mean, it closes, but it's not latched. So for that reason, I'm disappointed. The packaging is poorly designed, even though it looks really cute. It's not functional, and they definitely could have done better. This wouldn't have been in this video if this was a one-off. Like, if it was just mine, I would think that it was a faulty product, but my friend Melody has had the same problem, and loads of people have talked about it in videos as well, that after a little while the packaging just breaks. So it's not just me, it's just poor packaging. The last two products are both from Wet n Wild. I know it's a very affordable brand, so my expectations shouldn't be too high, but I just heard so much about the brand and so many good things about their products that I did have really high expectations. So let's start with a product that everyone mentions and everyone loves. It is the Walking on Eggshells Eyeshadow Trio. And everyone loves this, and so I picked it up. So these are the three shades you get. You get a shimmery brow bone shade, a shimmery crease shade, and a shimmery lid shade. And while all three shades are very pretty, I don't want a shimmery crease shade. And in fact, the eyelid shade, I found it looked quite patchy when I used it as an eyeshadow as well. I do like it as a highlighter in summer when I've got a bit more of a tan. It works for me. And I like the brow bone shade as well. I do use that quite a lot. But the crease shade is not a crease shade, it's got shimmer in it. I have used the crease shade as a lid shade in the past and it looked okay. Like, it wasn't amazing, it was like every single other bronze shade that you'd ever find. But it was okay, like the quality is fine, it's just not a crease shade. So in terms of the quality of the eyeshadows, it's not bad. But in terms of what the palette was obviously going for, which is like a whole look in one palette, it doesn't do that. You have to reach for a matte shade from somewhere else in order to complete this look, and that to me is disappointing. I know that for the price it's still really good value for money, but when you put a brow bone, a crease, and a lid shade in one palette, I expect it to form an entire eye look, and it doesn't. And the last product, like I mentioned, is also from Wet n Wild, and it is the Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer. I did like this when I did a first impressions on it. I said that it was a good product because it was stopping my eyeshadow from creasing, and normally that is the main problem that I need to worry about with my eyeshadow. And it does prevent your eyeshadow from creasing, so in that way it works. However, after a few uses, I started noticing that every time I use this product, I have to use way more eyeshadow to make it look even similar to what it normally does. When I use this, it completely washes out my eyeshadows. I don't know why, but the pigmentation is just gone when I use this underneath. I noticed it back last year when I was using the Shaaanxo palette, and I was using that palette every single day, and I was doing really similar looks every single day. So I knew exactly like how much product I needed to pick up in order to get my normal day-to-day look. And then when I used this, I would apply the exact same amount of product that I normally would, and I'd be like, I can't see it. Where is it? So I probably used at least double, maybe even triple the amount of product to get my eyeshadow to look like it normally would when I have this underneath. Kind of was a good thing last year because I was trying to pan that palette, but in general you don't want to have to go through your eyeshadow twice as fast. So I am disappointed by this product, even though it does stop my eyeshadow from creasing and it does feel like a nice texture and it feels like it's going to do the job. It still disappointed me because it washed out my eyeshadows and made them look really dull. So those are 5 products that have disappointed me recently. I am going to be doing like the opposite of this video very soon. I'm going to be doing 5 products that impressed me. So make sure you click the subscribe button if you haven't already so that you don't miss that video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I will see you again next time. Bye!